The push method in JavaScript is a method that is used to add one or more elements to the end of an array and returns the new length of the array. Here is an example of how to use the push method. Let us create a variable named fruits and we'll add 3 elements to it. The .push method is called on the fruits array and the element orange is added to the end of the array using the method. The push method can accept multiple arguments, so you can add multiple elements to the array at once. Push method is mutable, it modifies the original array. Now let us see the output. As we can see now 2 elements are added to the fruits array. The pop method in JavaScript is used to remove the last element from an array and return that element. Pop method is mutable. In this example, the pop method removes the last element, cherry, from the fruits array and assigns it to the variable last fruit. The shift method in JavaScript is used to remove the first element from an array and return that element. This method modifies the original array and updates its length property. It's important to note that shift method is slower than pop method because it needs to re-index all the element in the array after removing the first element. In this example, the shift method removes the first element, apple, from the fruits array and assigns it to the variable first fruit. The unshift method in JavaScript is used to add one or more elements to the beginning of an array and return the new length of the array. This method modifies the original array and updates its length property. In this example, the unshift method adds the element apple to the beginning of the fruits array. The new length of the array is returned, which is 3 in this case. You can also add multiple elements using unshift method by passing them as additional arguments. It's important to note that unshift method is slower than push method because it needs to re-index all the elements in the array after adding the new elements to the beginning. The concat method in JavaScript is used to merge 2 or more arrays into a single new array. The original arrays are not modified by this method. In this example, the concat method combines the fruits1 and fruits2 arrays into a new array new fruits. You can also pass multiple arrays as arguments to the concat method, for example. In this example, the concat method combines the fruits1, fruits2, and fruits3 arrays into a new array all fruits. The slice method in JavaScript is used to extract a portion of an array and return a new array. The original array is not modified by this method. The slice method takes 2 arguments, the start index and the end index of the portion of the array to extract. The start index is inclusive and the end index is exclusive, meaning that the element at the start index will be included in the new array, but the element at the end index will not. In this example, the slice method extracts the elements from index 1 to index 3 of the fruits array, exclusive, and assigns them to the new fruits array. If you don't provide the end index in slice method, it will slice the array till the end. You can also use negative values as the start or end index, which will be counted from the end of the array. In this example, the slice method extracts the last two elements of the fruits array. It's important to note that if the start index is greater than the end index, the slice method will return an empty array. The splice method in JavaScript is used to add or remove elements from an array. This method modifies the original array and updates its length property. The splice method takes three arguments: the start index, the number of elements to remove, and the elements to add. In this example, the splice method removes two elements starting from index 1 and adds the elements kiwi and mango to the fruits array. If you don't provide the elements to add, splice method will only remove the elements. In this example, the splice method removes two elements starting from index 1 in the fruits array. You can also use negative values as the start index, which will be counted from the end of the array. In this example, the splice method removes one element starting from the last index and adds the elements durian and pineapple to the fruits array. Thank you for watching my first video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the subscribe button for more content like this in the future.